Hello everybody, Forest is here. This is going to be the very last video I shoot in this year, 2022. And of course, I hope I'm gonna shoot some others new videos in the new year, 2023. I got actually some ideas, as I said, I believe I said it in the start or end of last year, 2021. That I'd like to shoot some videos about some part of gear which I used, which I did Helicon trousers compared to 511 trousers. So I got 511 some backpacks for many years. So I believe I can tell you really informations you might want, you might need even for the things you do outside. I've got some new gear. I don't want to do really much of different gear review than when we are in a knife world, as I said, or machetes world. And these things I cover this one in one pack, I would say. So this is, as I said, the very last video I shoot. Anyway, thank you very much for your watching this channel. I believe it was September, somewhere October, this channel reached about 1,000 or over 1,000 of subscribers. Now I'm slightly higher than that 1,000, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you very much for it. I hope you like these videos still. You know how it will be in the next year. I hope somewhere in the prices jumped. I mean, prices of knives, of course, now jumped really much. We got 17% of inflation here. So I got, as you might know, I got many knives produced in USA, which is great. But of course, when the prices rise that much, so it needs to me, or it asked me to a little bit slow down, because of course all prices rise up. So we'll see how is it going to be in the next year, 2023. But I believe we can go through and we will do some nice videos. Anyway, some my ideas from this year, 2022, which I like to make a summary of it, or what I remember, and maybe some hints for you. Maybe what I'm gonna say, you don't know, or maybe you didn't know. So let's start with this. So you remember my Spyderco Manix XL, my only Spyderco knife. I want to say folder, but I don't have it. They got some fixed blades, of course, but this is my only Spyderco knife. I really like it. I'm thinking about the Shaman too. That's probably it. Maybe an 85, but that's small knife for me. I'm happy to have somewhere about, let's say, 9-10 centimeters blade. So it's slightly under 4 inches. I believe it's 3.87, something like that. That should be 10 centimeters. So I like the knives in that kind of blade length. I mean, folders, of course. So the shorters, not really. I don't have it because I got the kind of multi-tool knives, which I showed you before. After this. The point, what I want to say is, okay, Spyderco, now very expensive. The price rises about plus 40%, maybe plus 45%. Then when I bought this knife, it's really crazy. They didn't have it in my country. They didn't have it in stock, but they said it was because I emailed them. They said, oh, okay, so it's very hard to find these. You know, nobody sold them a couple of years. There's a new one here, as I said. So they've got it. They've got this black version and, of course, the standard silver version, I mean, without any coating on it, so standard. But both of them are very expensive, much. As I said, 40% of this price of it, and this is definitely not a cheap knife, especially here. I don't know, guys, in the USA, you definitely can buy this knife less, or for $100 less than we can. But anyway, what I want to say, this one, and I compare it with this Cold Steel Recon 1 Tanto. I don't know if I did a review for this one. Anyway, these looks very similar. I mean, in length, in the thickness, you know, they're really screaming, okay, we are the same. What I want to tell you now, I forget about steels and everything, different blade shape, grinding and everything. What I want to say only, the difference in thickness in these two knives. is 1.6 millimeters, so thickness of the handle. That's what we're talking about. 1.6 millimeters, so it's really nothing. But it's, by the way, it's 0.45 to 0.51 of an inch, just for you guys there. When I really like this one for carry, because it's so thin. Even there are liners, steel liners. There here are not some any liners. This is just G10 around the lock and these things. So it's great for carry. It's great for opening the hole here. It's great. I like the choil here. Somebody doesn't. I like it. You got a prolonged grip. Even you can go this way. Absolutely great for these things. But for standard use, okay, when you have to slice some lashing, some ropes, open some boxes, do lots of these things for some food prep, or even for self-defense. For self-defense, this is absolutely great for this grip, this kind of grip, even prolonged grip. If you want, you can do it here. But for that, let's say, kind of bushcrafty, as I do, that's my way of using all these. So I use them mostly in forest. So I usually have some bigger chopper, kukri, the Warcraft Tanto, machetes, trackers, of course, one of my trackers. This is great accompany. Two things. One is the handle. Even as I said, the very minor differences in thickness. This is kind of uncomfortable when you really have to slice or cut or carve some wood, especially if it's some kind of hard one and you have to do it for a bit long time, not really long. You start to feel these squares. I know you can say, okay, you have to take the sandpaper and remove it. Well, yes, but these G10s are not so thick, and there is no the corner. So actually, this is grounded down, sanded down. The corner here is sanded down, so it should be all right. Because when you squeeze it in this way, that's fine, absolutely. But as I said, when you start to push, especially as I said, harder wood, so you have to, you can, or you want to do some shavings and these things, well, then you start to feel it. Why I'm talking, I got this knife, even as I said, with the minor differences. Of course, we got the grooving here, much more rounding. This is much comfortable for the same work. So, I don't want to talk about these two locks. I believe much more because it's proven to me. The triad lock, of course, but I don't want to talk about this one. I can go here over and do these things, and even this knife is about 25% more expensive than it was on the spring of this year. So let's say 8 months before. This is much more affordable to this. I can buy almost 2 Ds for 1 Ds in my country. That's important, in my country. So 2 Ds as 35 yen, and this is S35 CPM S35, as we know that they do it. This is S35 yen, but made in Taiwan. This is made in USA. As I said, okay, I don't want to compare 35 yen and CPM 3V. Great steels, but I got the coating and I got everything. But 2 of these, then 1 these. Today, absolutely, and because of course there are 3 options to get these, blades. This one, the drop point and the clip point, buoy shape. I definitely go for this one, but for the price, because I like this shape. I like the sleeve shape and everything. I simply like this knife. But the second thing, what happens to me, really, we've been on trek. I had my backpack for 45 pounds about, so it was kind of heavy for my weight. So it was kind of bordered for my body weight. So I took it off. And I don't know what we did there. Then I took the backpack back, and we want to start to carry on. and I had my camo trousers, the military trousers, and I looked on the floor just by coincidence. I was looking for I wanna snap probably the belt, waist belt on my backpack. And I said, "Oh, what's that? What's that on the floor? Something really black." Because if you know, and definitely I believe you know, if you are in forest, nothing really is black. Then this one was on the floor. It was in my pocket, sits in my pocket, and somehow by the removing and this with this, simply it fall out with this. Then I added this one. It wasn't before there, because it's slightly better to see different colors, orange and these things. But I don't carry this knife to the forest anymore from that time, because that knife was so expensive and I was so worried to lose it again. A bit shame, but I don't know what was the problem there. From the time when we carry, I always check that in the pocket, always when we went, time to time, just randomly. I said, okay, is it there? Yes. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't carry this one outside. I'm in the forest now. So two things. For urban carry, I believe there's no any problem with this. Enough of this. So the main thing on this one, even such minor difference in the handle, in thickness, really big difference in performance when you really use the knife. By the way, as I said, when I did the test of this Ruike LD42B, and I compared it slightly to the Victorinox Alox version, what I got, Farmer X, the cold handles. So these are both G10, and I like it. If that will be okay, wood, I'm not sure. I don't have any wood folder with the wood on it, but if there is some kind of plastic, okay, plastic handle for a cheap folder, some of that, G10 or micarta, I don't care. What I don't want on my knives, for real use knives, especially if I'm outdoor, so in the forest, highlands, on hike, I don't want any knife, any folder, or generally any knife with any kind of metal handle. As I said, I can buy many different handles, liners, handle scales made of few materials. I don't care. I don't count, of course, that carbon fibers, because that's a different story. As I said, metal, but there are metals. I mean titanium and some of that. I don't want any to replace. They are very expensive compared to that. And if there is cold outside, like we are in winter actually now, so if there will be 0, -5, as we had -10 before, I know in the USA you would now you are somewhere else, but even -10, and you have to use the knife, which is made, or the handle is made of any metal, it will be cold. I don't want it. So back to this. One thing what I really can recommend is Ruike series, any of that, because these are really great knives. All of these Ruikes. I believe the L version, if it's all right for you, is absolutely great. Why? Because if you go the all, you have it on the side, not in the middle, which for me is not the best thing, but it will be slightly shorter, and then of course more packable and everything. But L, all these LD, there's 21, 31, 32, and these things means they are that long, 114 millimeters. Great options with the stump stud or on the nail opening without that, and with the kind of liner lock. So I can recommend. This is really good choice to buy. If you think, okay, I want to have something else, then I would buy Victorinox. I want to have something really in very good quality, then the Ruikes are definitely good choice, in my opinion. Okay, the next thing, I didn't shoot any video with my Leatherman Charge. I've got it. This is the titanium version, I said before, I don't like it. But anyway, all of them are made of metal, so I can do anything with that. But this is the titanium version. It was very expensive, and it's much more expensive now when I got it 10 years about, somewhere like that. So it's a really great tool. But why I switched this one up or swapped for the rebar, that will be another video for next year. But definitely I got two now, two Leathermans, and you might see the difference, even not in the length. So the weight and of course the thickness is one part of the change, why I change it when I swap it. Even this is the kind of flagship or something like the titanium charge is, I believe, is still the flagship, is the highest level of these things. Great amount of tools. Not all of them what I need actually these days, or that's why I got this one. That will be a subject of the next or another video in the next year. Carry on. B35, Lion Steel B35 made of Sleipner. This is another knife in this year which really surprised me, and I'm happy for that. I wait for the knife, I believe it was 3 months or even more. Too long. Anyway, micarta Sleipner steel, about 60 or 61 HRC, I believe so. My secondary convex, great knife. I really can recommend this one for you. I made the Kydex for me. The leather sheet was alright, was the tight loop there, if you remember. Everything was fine, okay, but I like these. I added, this is the original, I forget, sorry guys. This is the original clip, this one. Oh, I forget, sorry guys. Sorry, I'm becoming older. This is the original. Actually, this is not any imitation or something. This is the original. I won't say T-clip, but that's the T-clip is by CVV. So anyway, so I like this one, and this knife is great, as I said. Only what I still want on it, even there is sharp. This spine, or sorry, this part of knife is sharp, so you can make a kind of scrape a tinder or something like that from the hard, especially from hardwood, because you feel the corners, you feel the round, sorry, the corner, right? This is 90 degrees, really nice. Or of course you can scrape your fur and start a fire. This is, on the other hand, rounded, so it's great for if you rest your thumb on it. But to be honest, I never find this so annoying or painful or something like. If there is a 90 degree spine, so sharp spine, and I have to use it this way, I never had a problem. So I don't know why this crown looks maybe nice, but for me, I like to still have it there, 90 degree spine. Why? Of course, I can use this one. But if you work with some kind of thicker piece of wood and you want to scrape the, let's say, the bark or kind of kindlings or these things out of the wood, this is too small part for it. You can do it, but if you got the big portion of the blade or spine of the blade, of course you do it in a better way. So this is great knife, but I don't know why it's like that, because this is B35. And as I remember this one, B should be a bushcraft series. So why you wanna have this, the crown spine on bushcraft knife? I absolutely don't understand. The next thing is actually, because I got this one, this one in my hand. As you might see, this is the original. I don't know what was that kind of British camo pattern on the Kydex plate which I bought. What I want to tell you now is, because I'm making sheath for myself, as you might notice, and I like it. I like those different patterns. This is the Tops Helion Elite. So this is kind of digital camo pattern. I like those colors, and it's not that shiny. See the lights on it, but there is something. I bought before time. I used to buy these different camo pattern which I could buy, which I had opportunity to buy, because especially last year or this year, actually 2022, maybe because the crisis, maybe because of lots of things, or maybe it starts where the COVIDs, I mean the last 2 years, simply there were no more kind of Kydex and Camo Kydex plates in my country. I've tried to look around. Yeah, I saw something, but okay. And the second thing is these are kind of expensive compared to, let's say I got this here, another one. Here's the TAC clip or T clip. By the way, this is one, and of course this is a bit more expensive than those Camo. But not that much difference in price than if you buy a black one. So if you, maybe you know it, but if you are making some sheets for you, and you say, okay, I don't want to have the black, but these Camos are really expensive, to be honest. So what I've learned this year, so I bought these Camo sprays, the colors for, you know, the snipers and these guys which made the Camo for themselves or on their equipments, weapons, and these things. So I've learned. So this is one from the pattern. This is another clip, and of course this is zero tolerance or 100, very rare knife. See that I prolonged the real edge up to here so I can grab it. This is absolutely great. I believe this is absolutely bad idea, or this was a bad idea to leave the production of these zero tolerance, because zero tolerance is generally making only folders now. This is such a great knife, such a great design, CPM 3V. I believe this is one of the very first CPM 3V knives ever made. I mean, in mass production. I don't know which where was that. I believe this is one from the very first. I got it, and I'm really glad for it. This is super knife. So the sheath for it is good too, but I'd like to have some Kydex. I have to have it more on that. But as you might know, maybe you say, why this is some weird color. Yeah, this is kind of the green color of made by those sprays, and it kind of match of this sheath of mine. And why? Because that was black, and the original sheath was black too. So you might see some of my video where I carry this knife on my it was on the strap of my leg, and I got my Camo trousers, and it shines on that leg. It's simply too black. So of course I made this one. Something what I did also when I learned pattern for on this machete. This is Ontario different for the different machetes. Ontario, and this is my Bushcraft Ontario machete. So I changed that, and I got this one now. So it's great sheet for machete, and the Camo on it, because this one was green. You can't really see the color, original color now here. This one was green, of course. This one was completely black, so you see the difference. You see the difference with black and these Camo if you put there. So because, as I said, I don't like to be seen that much, and I made this. This is not maybe finished. I will carry on. This one I added some Chicago screw here, so that's why it's shiny. But it will be not like that before I tube them, because I added this clip there before. This is one from the second thing. The another thing I really like, this my work. It's, I don't know, I believe I did something before you've seen that last video. So I added all these parts what I want on the machete, so it's great. Even though I added some tape for kind of comfortable, kind of softer grip, but no any problems with that. So this is great tool, and this is my go-to machete now if I want to do some harder tasks, harder chop, because this is 3.3 millimeters. So even the Tops machete is thicker, 0.3 millimeters. So this is really tough machete with nice edge on it. Great chopper. I like the trackers, so this one works now. So I don't have to carry any of my heavy trackers for, let's say, 3 seasons if I don't really need them for something, because if I take this one, I got the machete, I got a heavy, kind of heavy chopper. Okay, it's not that, but heavy chopper, half kilo, almost 480 grams, something like that. With this ability, I got some sawback for just notching in these things. Simply what I made. So this is really great tool what I made for that. I'm really, I want to say I'm proud of this one, because this is really kind of workhorse for, I don't know, 40 bucks or something like. Okay, as I said, the scales, G10 scales, doubled the price actually. These were almost the same price than was the machete itself. But of course, then lots of work on it. Couple of drills destroyed because I drilled this one. This is the hole here. But anyway, after that, really, I'm great for that. I'm glad for it. I made it. Very simple way how to fix that, because I got a kind of pocket here. So very simple way, like secure. Absolutely great. Anyway, that was because the camo, and what I want to tell you, and what I have here, and the last thing, I got actually another 2 videos which are shoot last summer. Those are long. These are about somehow I see the kind of survival knives, what I like as a survival knives, and it is of course out of my collection, because I don't have those knives. So then how can I show you? So that's a long time about talking about knives, and then will be the part 2, and there will be some knives in use. This one is one of them. This is my as I said, this is even more improved that DPX Heft, I believe, DPX Heft 4, I believe so. It's, as you might see, I made a tanto of it. I really worked on the grind, because this is, as I said, Nylox steel, 61, I believe, 61 HRC, and now it slices like hell. This is really great. Only tanto, fixed tanto knife in the size I can find. I removed this one, as I told you in that. So this is sharp, so I can scrape something like here. I mean the ferro rod or something. It's not actually here. I'm still thinking to make the 90-degree spine here. But anyway, for that, why I'm telling you, not only because I like this one, hollow grind, you can remove these G10 scales, and I got a compass there, and I got some kind of, some matches there. I don't know, 5 matches or something like, just in case if maybe you need, because it weighs nothing like that. So it's great. And I made 2 sheets for it. One, what surprise, kind of urban, and the second one, kind of forest. So, and of course the camo, you can see the difference. Of course, this one was black, I believe so. This one was black, or I don't know, to be honest, which color was that, but definitely not any camo. This one was like single colored Kydex sheet, let's say Kydex plate. So that's what I have here. So one knife, two very different sheets made for it, for the knife, even with this CVV clip. You can see the T-clip. Again, what I want to say even by this is, at the moment, I won't buy any camo Kydex, because the pattern is still kind of shiny compared to these. And you can learn to work with them. You can buy, let's say, 3 colors, green, I want the kind of brown, kind of green, depend they got a really huge range of those colors. So I say kind of green because they got the olive green, military green, foliage green. So you can choose those. So I got a kind of soft, lighter colors, kind of tan, or see these, I don't know even what the color is actually there. Brown, of course, and those greens, and you can combine them and make these two. When you buy the, let's say, black sheet of single piece of the black sheet of Kydex, and these, let's say, 3 colors of those sprays, Then of course it's much more expensive than if you buy one sheet, but of course you can use them for more sheets. So to be honest, it's better camo for me. I mean, for the job, for maybe, the first look, and so somebody say, okay, this one looks to me better than this one. Yeah, maybe, but in a forest, this one is better than this one. So for the work, this is in the end cheaper way, and of course, at least to me, better way how to put a camo on it. Of course, if you are in town, you don't really need. Maybe this is still kind of shiny. You can see that. So I found let's say the tan color. If you added this one and you go to tan colored trousers, as let's say I do, then it covers, let's say you got it there, and something is really, let's say, on the border of your jacket or t-shirt or something like that. So if it's in this color, so when you walk, this movement could be there. And of course, I'm saying, okay, somebody watching you from behind say, what the hell? What is this guy go there? What he does have there? And you see that. But if it's colored by those colors which are not as shiny, and they covered everything, it's much more harder to see that. Of course you can, but harder to see it by accident. If somebody is really watching, these guys, if they are looking for that, they got the eye for it, but just by accident, it's much more harder to see that, or you have to cover it much more longer. Then you are definitely not in that risk if you want to carry these knives concealed. Anyway, that's some of my thoughts, my hints about knives, what I found. As I said, I got 2 videos. I probably release them before New Year. We'll see. So the first them will be about 1 hour. So if you like to see to talk about knives, what I got in my collection, so enjoy that. Take it. It's long because there's many knives, so that's why it's so long. And there will be, of course, some shorter but in use video of those knives, or some of those at least. So enjoy it if you like it. I like to shoot it because I like that knives, and that's why I do this, of course. Anyway, that was the last thing. Thank you very much again. I hope I'm gonna see you in next year, 2023. I wish you all the best. I believe all the world is going more, or will going to more, to the peace, because something is moving, and I'm not glad for it, but we have to survive. And one from those things is, that's why I love forest and nature. If I go there, I really go to peace and find something, what really is important at the moment. So, to find a shelter, find a warm area for you, find water, and these things which really clears your mind from all these things which many times, I would say almost, are not as important as we might see. So thank you guys, and enjoy forest, enjoy your life, and enjoy knives, of course. Have a nice time. Bye.